So I did something that I haven't done much of this year. I sold a stock. And if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, it may not be a stock that I've talked much about on this channel before. In fact, this is a stock that I actually purchased in late August and then decided to sell it in early September. And in this video, I want to go over an important investing lesson that I learned from this investment, and hopefully this will help you in not making the same mistake that I did. I hope you guys appreciate me being transparent with you here and sharing my mistakes. And if you do, drop a like on this video. If we can get 300 likes on this video, then I will make another video going over mistakes that I've made in my stock market investing career. And also comment down below with mistakes that you've made in your stock market investing career. And I'll just pick a comment at random and pin that so that the community can see and learn from it as well. So the stock in question is ULTA Beauty. And on August 30th, I posted in our VIP group that I had opened a position in Alta. So you can see I picked up shares in Alta at $242.75 a share. And some of the reasons I cited was that the stock is down over 28% that day due to lowered guidance after their earnings report. And also because its technicals show it has come down to a key level on the monthly and weekly charts. I also added that I want to add exposure to this sector, and I believe this could be a great opportunity in a company that's growing with a $0 debt balance sheet. They also have a fairly low PE, around 20 after this correction, which added to the illusion for me that this is a good value. So I made this purchase just before the long weekend, and then just after the long weekend, on the first day the market was opened, I actually went ahead and sold off this position. I managed to get my sell order through at a price of $243.22.01, and I completely closed out my position in ULTA Beauty. Now you may be thinking, looking at these numbers, that, good job, you made a swing trade and you were successful in it. And although, yes, in this situation it did work out and I did make a profit technically, although I'd consider it break even, it could have just as easily gone the other way because the stock actually reversed later in that day and closed out below my entry price. So if I did sell later out in the day, I would have actually sold off at a loss. But this is besides the point, and I want to explain now why I made this decision. So I made a very hasty decision to purchase ULTA stock, even though it's in an industry that I do not understand well enough. ULTA is in the beauty sector, and to add to that, it's a company that operates only in the US currently. I do believe they plan to expand to Canada, but they haven't done so yet. So I've never actually come across their stores in person. But not only that, I have absolutely no idea when it comes to things like beauty products and makeup and all that stuff. I don't know what makes a product popular. I don't know what makes a product good quality. And really the bottom line is I do not understand this industry and how it works. After I opened up my position there in ULTA, I had this uneasy feeling that I wasn't very happy with that position, and this is something that I don't feel with any of my other positions. So this right there was kind of a red flag to me and was a bit worrisome, but either way, we went into the long weekend after I made that purchase order, and I found myself thinking about the stock a lot more than I should have. So that's when I kind of came to the decision that maybe this is not a stock for me, maybe this is not an industry that I really want to play in, which is why when the market opened the following Tuesday, I actually went out there and sold off my complete position in ULTA. So the investing lesson that I learned here was that just because a stock appears to be good value, is trading at good valuations, the technicals look good, the fundamentals look good, it does not mean that it's the right investment for you if you don't understand the industry that it's in. There are literally thousands of stocks out there in the stock market. Some of them are going to be ones that you understand. Some of them are going to be ones that you don't understand, and that's completely fine. But the key here is to stay away from those companies that you do not understand. Adding to that, ULTA is a fairly small company as well when you look at some of the other investments that I have, like Facebook. And they currently have around a $14 billion market cap. So they're a lot more susceptible to wild price swings and volatility, which is something I wasn't too thrilled about because, like I said, I didn't understand this stock and this industry. And the more I looked into this company over that long weekend and the industry, the more I found that there's just so much competition out there and that I can't really find a differentiating factor for ULTA that makes me thrilled about this company and want to throw my money into this stock. They don't really have that much of a moat behind them. They have a couple differentiating things, like they have a salon service that they have in stores, but I don't think that's good enough to really differentiate them from some of the other competitors out there. And this space is also incredibly crowded with social influencers that want to push their own brands. And a lot of people tend to go purchase those brands now because if it's someone that you follow and they create their own product line, you kind of want to support them and try out their products. So you'll most likely go purchase that as opposed to something that ULTA Beauty sells. So all of these reasons combined kind of made me uneasy about this position, which is why I ended up selling it. So what I wanted to really show you guys was that even though 99% of the time I do my research on my stocks, I take my time, I average into my positions, I do all these things, with Alta, things were a bit different, and that's probably why I wasn't happy with this position. I acted on this too quickly without doing my research behind it, and it gave me those feelings that I did when I was really early in investing, where I just kind of throw money in and just hope that the stock goes up, and I did not like that at all, and that's just not the way that you should be investing. However, I am happy that I realized this before it got out of hand, and I was able to close out this position, luckily at a gain, but it was more or less a flat position. But I didn't want to end up in a position where I was bag holding this company, and it was one I did not believe in. But don't get me wrong, when I invest in companies, especially if it's a long-term investment, I absolutely love when the stock price drops because that gives me a lot more value, and I'm able to build a strong position at a low cost basis. I've done this with plenty of my positions, and I'm up pretty significantly on a lot of those, because I believe in those companies, I saw the value in those companies, and at the prices that I started buying at and averaging down at, I felt those stocks were severely undervalued. Some examples of these companies would be maybe Facebook and Nvidia. Both companies took massive hits last year, and I used those opportunities to continue buying into the stock, averaging down in those positions, and today I'm up pretty good on both of those positions, and I don't plan to sell them anytime soon. The key difference with those stocks versus Alta was that I understood the company, I understood the industry, I understood the competitors, and I was able to kind of see the advantage and the moat that these companies had, which is why I was confident in putting my money into those stocks. So the next time you guys are out there looking at a stock that you want to buy, keep this video in mind. You gotta ask yourself the tough questions. Do you understand the company? Do you understand the industry? Are the fundamentals of the company strong? And most importantly, are you okay holding this position and averaging down if the stock continues moving lower? If the answer to all these questions is a yes, then maybe this is a good stock for you to consider investing in. However, if the answer to any of these questions, especially the last one with the stock price dropping, is a no, then I would say in my opinion that this may not be a good investment for you. In my case, Alta was a business that I somewhat understood. The industry was definitely something that I did not understand. The fundamentals though was something that I understood and they looked good. But most importantly, if the stock price did end up falling, I would not have been comfortable adding more into this position. That is why I ended up selling my position and closing off my position in ULTA stock. So I really want to hear from you guys if you've been in this situation before, and if you have, share with us in the comment section down below what stock it was and how things ended up playing out. I hope this video teaches you an important lesson here of being an investor, and if you make those mistakes early on and learn from them, it'll actually set you up to be a much more successful investor in the future. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video, hope you found value in this video, and if you did, remember, drop a huge like down below. 300 likes and we'll make a video on mistakes that I've made in my stock market investing career so you guys can learn from them. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one.